Hello my amazing people, and welcome back to my channel. If you're back, if you are new, welcome to my channel. I'm Shayna and I have another true crime case for you today. Just my usual disclaimer, this is all information that I have found online that I've compiled into a video for educational and entertainment purposes. First, I would like to say thank you to all of the new people who have joined my channel. It's so crazy that people actually are clicking the subscribe button, so thank you so very much. And also I do want to let you know that I have been receiving some case requests in the comment section, and it's hard for me to keep track because sometimes people comment or they leave a comment on a comment, and it's hard for me to make sure I'm catching all of them. So if you do have a recommendation for a case, I want it. So please, I encourage you to please let me know over on my Instagram. My Instagram name is sunnyshay.v. Over there you can DM me, send me any video requests. Following is not required, but I do want to hear what you guys want me to cover. So please, I insist, go let me know what cases you would like to hear moving forward. The case that I have for you today is a bit of a short one, but the story is one that hits home just like all of the rest of them, and unfortunately it is involving themes of toxic relationships, abusive relationships, and if that's something that is not suitable for you, I completely understand. Please be sure to click out and join me in the next video. I'm sure I'll have something that is awesome for you to watch in the future, but for this one, it is a very sad story that I wanted to bring to you because the victim in this story does not have enough awareness about what happened to her, and her story could be one that helps save other young teenage girls from situations like this. So without further ado, thank you so much for joining me today, and let's get started. Jolee Nicole Callan was born on December 29th, 1996 to her parents Michael and Regina Callan, and she had one sister named Jessica. Jolee lived with her family in Alabama, and at the time of this case in 2015, she was 18 years old. Jolee was a really down-to-earth girl who had a normal and happy childhood. She was a tiny girl standing at just 4'10" tall and was known to be pretty and popular in her teenage years. She really liked dyeing her hair bright in different colorful shades, and she had a pretty good run in high school. Her life was generally very happy, and she was known to be a really sweet girl. In 2015, Jolee was really excited about life because she was graduating from high school and looking forward to going off to college. She was in that transition phase of her life and was just really anxious but also excited to see where life was going to take her. And not only that, she had actually started a new relationship with a guy that she was happy about, and she was just happy because her life after high school was panning out to be what she had pictured it to be all throughout her high school years. Jolee was scheduled to go off to college in August of 2015, and a few months before this, she had actually ended a relationship with a guy named Lauren Bunner, who was a few years older than she was. And the relationship that she had with Lauren was very toxic. It was marked by controlling behavior on his part, and he just didn't like letting Jolee out of his sight. He had to always have eyes on her. He only allowed her to hang out with him and his friend group. Anytime she wanted to hang out with her own friends, he had a problem with it. And this toxic relationship went on for about a year before finally she got to the point where she decided to leave Lauren. But she actually wanted to leave on a few occasions before the time that she finally did leave. But the reason that she decided to stay over and over when she really wasn't in the relationship anymore mentally was because every time she tried to break up with Lauren, he would say he was going to kill himself or he was going to harm himself. So she never wanted to cross that line of finally breaking up with him and risk him actually hurting himself. And this form of manipulation that he was doing to her kept Jolee in this relationship far longer than she wanted to be. But finally, as the school year is wrapping up of her senior year, she decides that she wants to leave him in the past and move on, and then she started dating a new guy a few months after this. As I'm sure you can imagine, Lauren did not take this breakup well at all. He pretty much never got over Jolee in the months after their relationship ended, and Jolie was relieved though, because he didn't actually commit suicide like he threatened that he would over and over again, which that was something that was weighing her down mentally, but he didn't actually do this. However, he never really moved on from the relationship. He was really tore up about the loss of his relationship with Jolie, and the whole time that they were broken up, he secretly wanted to get back together with her. Lauren and Jolie's Instagram profiles are still available for the public to look at. They illustrate different things. Jolie's profile is very simple. It has 6 pictures on it, I think, and Lauren's page has a lot more posts, and it actually shows the time frame of his relationship with Jolie. You can see that there's posts of the two of them together up until the time that she broke up with him before the school year ended in April of 2015, and then there's a time lapse where there's no pictures of Jolie until they actually reconnected after the big breakup in August of 2015. Now, this is a little sketchy because around this time we know that Jolie was dating another person, a new guy. So there's speculation about whether these pictures were posted in real time or if Lauren was just posting old pictures of Jolie to get her attention. But he starts posting her again on August 28th of 2015. There's a picture of Jolie sitting at a table with a Starbucks drink in her hand, and the caption that Lauren posted says, "Starbucks after bowling with Jolie as a kitten, because, you know, why not?" And then later that same day, another picture was posted of Jolie, which was the two of them laying next to each other, and the caption reads, "Because this is how you take a picture, she's got me watching the Cheetah Girls." So like I said, there's speculation about whether these pictures were actually current or if they were old pictures in an attempt to get Jolie's attention, and the speculation exists because we know that Jolie had been dating a new guy at this time. But in my opinion, they kind of seem like they're current photos because these same pictures had never been posted before. They were pictures that seemed like they were happening in real time, and Jolie had decided to reconnect with Lauren on a friendship level. And we don't know exactly what was going on in Jolie's head at this point because she had made it clear to the people in her life how toxic her relationship was with Lauren and just her disdain for the relationship that she had with him. So we don't really know what her thoughts were, but it seemed like for the most part she was just planning to give him some sort of closure, give him some sort of peace of mind, and agree to be friends with him. Maybe she still really cared about him, and even though their relationship didn't work out, she thought that he might have been someone that she wanted to keep in her life in some capacity. A lot of people can relate to that. So we don't really, again, know what she was thinking, but it seems like she was welcoming him back into her life because he was important to her and because it would give him some sort of closure in handling the end of their relationship that happened a few months prior. On August 29th of 2015, Lauren proposed the idea of him and Jolie going on a hike, and Jolie hesitantly accepted. She told him that she would be willing to go, but she did text her friend and tell her friend, "Look, if anything happens to me, this is who I'm with. I'm gonna be with Lauren tomorrow." And it's unclear if that text message was a lighthearted, like, "Oh, I'm gonna be with my crazy ex," but she didn't actually think he would ever do anything to hurt her, or if she were actually kind of worried that something would happen to her. But given the fact that she agreed to go on the hike, I tend to believe that she wasn't actually that worried, that she was kind of just making her friend aware, like, "Look, I'm with him. I don't really think anything's gonna happen, but just a heads up," or kind of implying like the "my crazy ex" idea in a lighthearted way. Either way, the two of them did agree to go on a hike the next day. And Lauren basically said to Jolie that he just wanted to work on their friendship and kind of reestablish the connection that they had, but in a platonic way this time. Now, even though Lauren proposed this hike as a friendship hike, the same night that he got Jolie to agree to go on the hike with him, he posted on his Instagram a caption that says, "Taking Kiba," which is his dog, "on a hike tomorrow. So I guess things are looking up." We all know that things were actually looking up because he was going on a hike with Jolie, not because he was going on a hike with his dog. So he was most likely hoping that this friendship hike would actually lead to the two of them working on their romantic relationship and getting back together. The day of the hike, things seemed like they started off pretty good. The two of them set off with the dog to Mount Chia in Alabama, and Lauren posted some pictures of Jolie. He posted one of her walking the dog and another one of the dog on her lap in the car with lighthearted captions, one with a heart. So it seemed like things were starting pretty okay as the day was going on of their hike. There are more pictures posted of Jolie taking pictures off of a cliff, kind of just looking at the sights on their hike. And it's believed that at some point during this day, the two of them had a conversation again about potentially getting back together. And Jolie expressed to Lauren at this point that she was not interested in reestablishing a romantic relationship and that she wanted things to remain platonic. It's believed that this conversation took place because of what was to come. They set off to a really rocky and hilly part of the trail that had some beautiful cliffs that offered sightseeing views, and a couple of the pictures that Lauren posted of Jolie were of her looking off of this cliff. This cliff drop-off area was really beautiful, so Jolie was just enjoying her time and enjoying the beautiful sights of Mount Chia. Moments after this, Lauren pulls a gun out of his pocket and shoots Jolie in the back of the head. After she falls to the ground, he walks up to her, rolls her onto her back, and then shoots her once again, this time between the eyes. After he shoots her these 2 times, he proceeds to push her body off of the 40-foot cliff that she was photographed looking out at the beautiful sights just moments before. Lauren then proceeds to call 911 and report that he had murdered his ex-girlfriend, and when police arrive on the scene, they do find Jolie's body at the bottom of the 40-foot cliff on a part of the mountain called the Pinhoti Trail. She was deceased long before they actually arrived, but they did find her still with her backpack on her back that is seen in this photo. When police questioned Lauren about what took place that day, he came up with this story that him and Jolie had made this suicide pact together, that the two of them agreed that he was going to shoot her and then shoot himself. And police, they weren't really believing it, but they had to entertain the idea just to look into it. But they found absolutely no proof that Jolie was suicidal, that she wanted to end her life. She was extremely excited about the next phases of her life, and there was no way that she would have wanted... Girl, my earring back just fell out. There was absolutely no way that she would have wanted her life to be over at this point. So police basically just throw this bogus story out because it was baloney, and they arrested Lauren Bunner, and he was found guilty and sentenced to 52 years in prison. What's eerie about this case is that the entire thing is documented on Instagram, and it just makes you wonder, like, all of these happy pictures that he's posting with these lighthearted captions, did he lure her out there with the intention of killing her, or was it a split-second moment in a fit of rage that he had? It doesn't make sense to me. So please tell me what you guys think, if you think he lured her out there with the bad intention of killing her there, or if he kind of just lost his mind in their conversation about not getting back together and then just decided to end it all. I don't know which way I believe. He actually pleaded not guilty at first when he was arrested, and then switched his story and pleaded guilty. Obviously, because he was guilty. How are you going to plead not guilty to something that you were just totally culpable of? He called and reported himself, so obviously he is guilty. But nonetheless, the story is extremely sad, extremely just tragic. And tragic is a word that I say in all of my videos, but it is so true. All of these cases are tragic, especially the cases where the victim is so young. She was 18, she was just getting ready to start her life, and she was looking forward to everything that was to come for her, and she never got to live that out because of a crazy ex. It's just insane to me. The idea that some humans would rather you just die altogether than live on earth and not be with them. That's insane to me, because either way, if you kill someone who doesn't want to be with you, they're still not with you, right? So it intrigues me what actually happens in the minds of people who commit crimes like this, because you lose either way. This situation, you kill them so you're not with them, and then you spend your life in prison, so you double lose. I just cannot rationalize this way of thinking, and maybe it's just not thinking at all. Maybe he really has some sort of mental instability that caused him to do this. I don't know. It's always interesting to me the cases that don't have a lot of coverage. For example, this case, I found absolutely no true crime YouTubers, so to speak, who had already covered this case. And it's like people want to cover the big cases, the Chris Watts, the Jeffrey Dahmers, the who else? Of course, I can't think now, even though I know all of these cases. The Dippolito case. People want to cover all of these huge, well-known cases, but what about all the victims who have never had their story told? I happened to come across this video or this case on TikTok, which I promise y'all, I'm not a real TikTok user. Sometimes I just surf through the true crime TikTok. But when I came across it and then I looked it up, it amazed me, not in a good way, how much of a lack of coverage there was on this case. I couldn't find that much about Jolie's life. I couldn't find that much about the case in general, except for the basic facts. And it's a little frustrating because the bigger cases are so well known, and those victims, of course, deserve to have their story told. But what about the victims like Jolie? All right, that's where I'm gonna end my rant. But yes, please don't forget, if you do have recommendations for cases, please go throw them in my DMs on Instagram. I promise I check my Instagram inbox. And a warm welcome and another thank you to all of the new people who have joined me on my channel. I am so incredibly happy to see you guys and to have you guys. The people who comment on all my videos, I notice you. I love you. Thank you so much. And that is where I'm going to wrap things up. You know what I'm gonna say. If you made it this far, you are loyal. You really are. And I appreciate you. I hope you have a wonderful morning or afternoon or evening, depending on what time it is when you watch this video. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Peace.